Starshine. Good
Yeah.
morning, Starshine.
The earth says hello. I see that shit the other day and it had me dying.
I love everybody fucking hated that movie for some reason. I loved that fucking movie. I
It's
love the
because
original
Johnny
one
Depp's a
too.
little creepy as Willy Wonka. Like
He was supposed to be.
I know, but like everybody thought that we're gonna get in and see like happy, goofy, fucking Willy Wonka like the old one is, but like even
He's
the old
creepy in
one's
the old
kind of
one
creepy.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's creepy in the old one too. But I think creepy had a different definition
Yeah.
coming into the early 2000s of like socially awkward is more creepy than it is to be like I'm a silly man who does silly things
Like
with my
Johnny
coke finger.
Johnny Depp's version was like I got bodies in the basement, and the old one was like I have children tied in the basement.
I feel like the old one was more like I have a large collection of trains in the basement and I'm mad at myself for having trains. And the new one is more like I tell everybody about my train collection and get bullied about it all the time. So I'm a strange character.
You know what? Fair enough. I can see that as well. I'd bully somebody about their love of trains too because
Dude, leave Cole alone.
I wasn't talking about Cole. I was talking about Risa. I'd bully
Oh.
her for that. But we have been recording, so this is great
God.
comedy. So, great intro. Welcome to the Thicc Boi Hours podcast. This is Dodgy Yeti, and my co-star is Q, aka Short Round. And we have an episode of Thicc Boi Hours podcast here for you without Chris, aka C Unit. So we are flying duos today. And how you been, my boy?
Oh, been doing my thing, which is not nothing really, just working and existing and repeating that cycle.
Working, existing, repeat. Working, existing, repeat. But
What have we done since the last time we did this? We went and saw Spider-Man. I don't think we've done one since we went and saw Spider-Man.
yeah, I think we saw Spider-Man, which
Spider-Man was good.
Spider-Man I give about a 6.5. I think it was good, but also kind of it's not the best. I like it better than the one with Mysterio, but it's not better than the rest. For
They're
me.
like I said after we got out of the theater, they are going to be hard pressed to ever make one better than whatever it was, No Way Home, the one with all the Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, they'll never make a better one than that. But
Nope.
that's why I think whenever I said it originally, I think it's my middle child because it's not it's kind of terrible to compare it to the No Way Home one because
Yeah.
it like you said, I don't think there's another superhero movie that really compares to that one. Like I would like I guess there is Endgame, but I enjoyed No Way Home more than I did Endgame, which is
Yeah,
wild because Spider-Man is not my favorite. He doesn't
No
even
Way
crack.
Home hit way more than Endgame did for me. Endgame was still good. I don't know, man. I mean, there's definitely other superhero stories that I think are better, and that if they gave them the same kind of treatment that they gave No Way Home, could possibly do it. But yeah, as far as I think the closest they've got is the Dark Knight trilogy, but that's putting all three Dark Knight movies up against one Spider-Man movie. That's technically in the middle of Spider-Man's run.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, hey, if you want to be fair at that point, let's take the first, the second, and the third one, Spider-Man, and put them together. And do you like those three Spider-Mans more uh than the Dark Knight trilogy? It's not technically a 1-to-1 because, like you said, it is still in the middle. It's not like it's a
yeah.
Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah. Well, it was before this newest one came out, right?
I mean, technically,
That would
yes,
have
it was a
been the
trilogy.
third movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a technically a trilogy because there's three movies in it. But like, I think the Batman Dark Knight trilogy was like meant to be a trilogy. You know
Yeah.
that, like Spider-Man, like No Way Home, they didn't intend for it to just be a trilogy because they were furthering the storyline still.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I think if we took it at those three movies versus Dark Knight, um, I don't know, man. That is kind of hard now that I'm thinking about it because the third one is so excellent, and the third Spider-Man is so excellent, and the third Batman it was so iconic when it came out. Do I think that old boy, whatever his name is Bane, was very good?
Yeah, Tom
Eh.
Hardy.
I think he did a good job with the direction that they were going with it, but it was just a little goofy. But
See, I give it to Spider-Man.
yeah, I give it to Spider-Man. I think I think I think well, and they're kind of coming back with this with DC. What I used to love about DC was like how serious they were taking everything because Marvel is kind of in my eyes Marvel is the guys who you have the more flamboyant costumes and stuff like that and like the true like superhero we do this for just even though DC has Superman and he's like the end all be all pinnacle of for the good of the world and everything like a true if you ask somebody to draw a superhero they're going to draw some random depiction of Superman or somebody close to Superman. I've always felt like Marvel lays in that more like comedic relief area of like superheroism. You've got your Spider-Mans and your Deadpools and stuff. And where DC always shined in my opinion was the kind of gritty dark though there's a lot of like fantasy you got Killer Croc and Clayface and all of these villains and heroes who are metahumans in some way, shape, or form. They're animal people or they have superpowers and all that shit. They still kept it more grounded. Like even when you watch a show like Static Shock felt like any show of that time where it's like I'm just a high school kid trying to be a high school kid and then they all got superpowers and what do we do as it felt like a Spider-Man kind of situation. So that I'm glad that they're going back to it now because we have that Clayface movie coming out, and I feel like the Lanterns that show just started and people are really liking it. Where they're
Are they?
taking a more yeah, it's
Sweet.
taking a more realistic like real world kind of grittier approach like they used to. I felt like that's what the Dark Knight had going for it is yes, it's about Batman, but nothing about that besides him dressing up in the Batman costume and doing Batman shit they couldn't have done in like a Mission Impossible style movie of like some rich guy who covers his face and becomes a vigilante. I know that's synonymous with Batman now, but you
Yeah.
know.
No, I agree. And the thing is, like, I've never been as big of a like stan for the Dark Knight trilogy as what it feels like everybody else is. So like I don't know if I'm just missing something or if like kind of the fact that Batman's like not nearly like one of my favorite superheroes is the case, but I don't think they're bad by any means. I'm not one of those people that are like,
Oh yeah,
everybody likes it, so I don't think it's good. Like, yeah,
yeah.
I just don't. Everybody loves it, and I think it's good. It,
I think it gets glazed a little extra because of Heath Ledger
oh,
and
absolutely.
the whole situation with it. Because I think he kind of single-handedly changed the vibe of what Joker is. Yes, I think he's solely the reason that we have the Jokers that we have today. But was it the greatest depiction of Joker? In my opinion, yes. But when people argue that, I can see where they're like they'd rather have like a more Jack Nicholson kind of Joker where it's like I'm silly and crazy for the sake of that's I'm silly and crazy, you know.
Jack Nicholson will always be my favorite one because he was my first live action Joker that I watched.
Yeah.
I love the Jack Nicholson one. But like, that's just it though. Is they have their own place in their own lane
Yeah.
for the goofy kind of like comedy style one. I'm giving it to Jack.
Yeah.
Jack and this is blasphemous, but I can't remember the Joker's name.
Oh,
Uh,
damn.
damn, you're
Damn, you got
blasphemous
us
as well.
both, dude.
Original Joker. Let's see. Uh, Filthy. No, no, that's not at all. That Caesar Romero.
Yes.
He's legendary as well, but I enjoy Jack Nicholson's more. I put respect
Yeah.
on Caesar Romero, but Jack Nicholson will always have it. And Heath Ledger is good. I kind of like the way that they went with the uh what's his dumbass name? 30 Seconds to Mars ass.
30 seconds. It's Jared Leto. Is
Yeah,
it,
yeah, him.
I
I
don't think he sings for 30 seconds to Mars, dude.
Yeah, that's his band.
No, it's not.
Wait, you really didn't know that? Yeah, 30 music group since 1998. 30 Seconds to
What?
Mars. He started it. I think with his brother.
I knew he was. I knew it was a popular band. I didn't think it was 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. So, but like I like the idea of like a more gangster Joker.
Okay. Yeah.
But I didn't like that depiction of it. I think it could have been done much better.
So, in in my opinion, I think they had the right idea with Jack Nicholson, mob boss kind of head honcho kind of fella, you know. But they needed more of a vibe of what uh somewhere between Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix, I feel like. Cuz Heath Ledger, even though he was crazy, he was like put together. He's one of those guys who truthfully feels really smart, but he just is going about it in the wrong way. And I felt like Joaquin Phoenix leaned more into like this goes sound awful to say. I felt like he leaned more into the like he's a simpleton and
Mm-hmm.
how he truthfully like his experience with the world was horrific, and he made the best of experiencing the world how he could experience it, but it kind of led him to be a little less like grounded, I guess. So somewhere in between those, but with the vibe of Jack Nicholson's like gangster thing, because I think me and you have talked about it about a million times, but I don't like a Joker who has like a gang. The only time I like the Joker gang is in uh Batman Beyond, or yeah, Batman Beyond. Terry McGinnis.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
like
Batman
that
Beyond.
because it's like there's no Joker anymore, but you have a bunch of people who act crazy in the name of Joker.
Yeah, and the like craziness that he does is I don't know if this is like a knock on like the actor's ability or the writing necessarily. I think it's a little bit of both, but like it's almost like somebody trying to act crazy for like court reasons. Like I'm
Which one?
trying Jared Leto's. Like
Yes.
she it's like they're trying to convince us that he's crazy and weird rather than.
Yes.
Although the one thing I think they did get kind of right with that one is the having the Joker and Harley Quinn together, and that he was a big piece of shit to Harley
Yeah.
Quinn. That was probably about the only good thing, was that
Yes.
uh, that's pretty accurate to the comics. He's not
Yeah.
very not it, like
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, Joker and Harley, and it's like you want to be abused, like
Yeah.
very much. But yeah,
Yeah.
nah,
I because I've always liked like Penguin having guys. Uh, the Riddler, he was always kind of on his own, never really had like henchmen. But what I did like is that they would kind of take turns, all of the villains of Batman, of being like the mastermind behind something. So it's like the Riddler is working with Penguin and Clayface. So you got Penguin's all of Penguin's henchmen, and then you got
yep,
Clayface and Riddler can kind of be the middleman, or you got you know, any of the other billions and millions of Batman's villains to kind of round it out. But what I've always liked is Joker is his own guy, but I wouldn't mind seeing Joker do, if he had some kind of mob, kind of like what they did in Jack with Jack Nicholson's
yeah.
portrayal, I guess.
Really, what we're coming down to is we just need Jack Nicholson to come back for another run.
Dude, it would be kind of crazy. It would actually be blasphemous, but it would be kind of crazy if they pulled a Spider-Man thing and did like a Bat universe crash together. So you got Batfleck, you got Christian Bale, you got uh how many Batmans have we had?
Oh, I think we've had more than what we need. It's gonna be a full
Oh
universe.
yeah, definitely. Cuz you got like Adam West, but I think did Adam West pass?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive Adam West is
Yeah.
dead.
So we got
I don't know if we'd want Jack Nicholson to go make another run. I'm looking and seeing how he is now, and he do be looking like my grandpa.
yeah, that look up his stat on his wife. I think he's like one of those guys who is like super old, but he just had a kid like last year. Like his wife is like 32, and he just had a kid last year or something. I feel like I heard that stat somewhere.
Bro, homie's almost 100 and be fucking.
Yep.
What the hell? Uh, no, they're the same age.
His wife?
Almost. Yeah, his wife.
Okay. Maybe it's somebody else then, but it's like one of those guys. Maybe it's like Al Pacino or somebody. But it's like one of those guys from that era. I heard some stat the other day that was like Yeah, he's almost 100 years old and he just had a kid last year. I'm like, that's crazy, dude. The genes are crazy there, bro.
Yeah, they'll still be producing some shit right there. That's the cocaine. That sperm
Makes your
was pure
swimmers
coke.
last forever, dude.
It's a preservative. But all right, Chris did send us a few things that he was asking that we talk about.
Okay.
Let me pull them up real quick. It looks like I'm peaking quite a bit, so let me change that. All
Big
right,
peak.
peaky. If you had a chance to change your favorite franchise into a different genre, what would it be? Why? For example, I always thought Pokemon would be a good MOBA, and then they made Pokemon Unite, and he'd like to see Mass Effect as a TCG card or turn-based strategy.
Oh, okay. We're talking video games.
I think you can
I'm
go.
in.
I think you can go either way. We'll open it up to either way.
Okay. One that I would like to see. I've got an old anime that I really, really love called Metabots. I would
Metabots.
love to see Metabots not only come back, but I think it would be better as a. So in OG Metabots, everybody would get their own little personal robots, and they were kind of just like friends. So they were like all the school kids had their Tamagotchis, but they were robots that were the same size as them. And then they would battle these robots out on the playground. And if you beat the other person, you got a part of their robot, and you could potentially upgrade your robot. But I would like to see it more in the style of like um and they've kind of done this like Detroit Become Human. Did you ever watch anybody play that game?
I seen clips of it. Mm, that's about
Where
it.
they where they're more like a crime fighting. Maybe you got a guy who's like a detective. I'm workshopping this real time right now. So, okay, when you get to a certain age, you get designated a job. And with that job designation, you get a certain tier of robot companion to help you with your job. And homeboy gets a shitty your main character gets like a shitty job, but then you come to find out that his model of robot is perfect for being able to adapt to any job. And so they kind of go around and clean up people who are bad at their jobs or who are like fucking up the system. And so his robot ends up getting other parts from their robots so that he can become the best at whatever he wants to be.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
That's fucking rough draft right off the cranium.
Okay, I I think he was more or less going to like 1-to-1, like you would bring Metabots, like make it into a game, but
Oh, okay. I'll cook something else. Go ahead.
okay. Then let me go with this. I would love a Gundam game.
We're getting one.
Me, I think my headset
Now
died.
now you're good.
Yeah. I would love a Gundam game made TCG
They
made
have one.
kind, but I think it's just like any of the other games. I want it like Flesh and Blood, where like you have
Andrew
you.
plays it.
Is it like Flesh and Blood?
I don't think it's like Flesh and Blood. It's one of those where you have what's another good comparison? Where you don't have like Lorcana, when we learned Lorcana,
Okay,
where some of the cards you just use them as your resource pool and you kind of throw out your different abilities and different Gundams and stuff and battle.
be
It's
cool.
it's pretty cool. It's not my most favorite type of card game, but it was pretty cool.
Okay, well then I'll have to think of something else. Fucking
I thought you
Andrew.
were going video game, and
They already
Gundam
have
is
one.
also coming out with a badass video game.
They already have one. So that is unfortunate for me.
Yeah.
But okay, I got this then.
Okay.
I want the Fate series turned into a TCG.
Okay. I think that could be super cool. And I have just another straight off the dome. This just based off of stuff you've told me from Fate because I still haven't experienced it. But I think it would be cool that in your deck, when you're building your deck, you have to declare not like what see, I don't know all the terms, so it's hard to say. So like you were saying there was a Hercules character and he's like a barbarian
Yeah, he's
kind
the
of style
Berserker
thing.
class.
Berserker. But if you wanted to run Hercules, but as like more of a mage class, so your deck, you declare whatever your play style type is. That way you could build one deck and play it 18 different ways. You declare your deck style at the beginning, so you're claiming Berserker. And then you have your commander, I guess you would call him, your guy, your champion. And depending on what you claimed, that's how your champion plays. But make it so only certain champions. So like you can only play Hercules as they can be 3 types. That way there's still a reason to get other champions and stuff too. That not every champion could just be one. But so you got Hercules who could be Berserker this or that. You've got this guy who could be this or that. You could literally go through all of history, make cards. They got 3 different ways to play each of your champions on there, and then all your special ability skills and everything.
So you want to know what's funny is that a lot of the characters in Fate have been summoned in different classes. So like,
Okay.
and I've learned it a lot from playing the game because there's so much content about Fate that's out there that I haven't read or watched. And so like Artoria which is the Arthur Pendragon, like the King Arthur. Uh she has been a berserker, a saber, there's a caster version. I'm sure there's an archer version somewhere. There's
Sure.
even like super special like classes like beasts, which
Yeah.
she's got a beast class as
Yeah.
well. Like it
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Then you pick somebody who's like, or pick a couple of heroes of history who we should almost make this game. Just call it Heroes of History, totally rip off what they're doing in Fate, but make a card
ungender
game
bend everybody.
or gender bend everybody. Because then you could do George Washington and George Washington, but gender bent George Washington is 3 different classes than regular George Washington. But
Georgina
then you,
Washington.
yeah, Georgette. Uh,
Georgette.
okay, in that context, then who are we picking as a hero of history who could be any class that you wanted him to be?
Well, see, and that's funny thing because it's not even like just heroes. Like it's anybody.
Well, yeah,
William Shakespeare, Da Vinci's in there, which Da Vinci's one of the gender bended ones.
yeah. But like,
Uh,
who would you pick? Because I think we talked about this once before, where it was like if you could have a fate. Was that one of our things? If you could pick somebody through history thing, I
uh,
think that was one of our
it
like
was
comparison things.
it was what class or like what
Yeah,
the noble phantasm.
Noble
Uh,
Phantasm stuff.
I
But somebody
so
who could do all of them, as silly as it sounds, I think I think George Washington would be a good candidate.
I don't think that this dude has a name. I don't think we even know about him. But so I will go to somebody else. Ragnar Lothbrok. He was a Viking king. He was the
Okay.
one that was making all the problems and shit over in the EU for everybody. But
Is
I
he the
would
one that the Vikings show follows?
yeah,
Isn't his name Ragnar? Yeah.
yeah. But I would love to have the Viking that was stand that stood on the bridge, the berserker, that like
Mhm.
have him as like an unknown berserker person, because they actually do that in one of the fates. Is they summon somebody that used to be a knight as a berserker, and you do not get to learn their actual identity until like the end. But they're full black armor and like black mist all around them. When you're
Oh, yeah.
learning that like all these people are all these other people, and you just don't know who that dude is.
Yeah.
So that that part's pretty cool. But yeah, no, shit, that'd be fun as hell to make.
Yeah.
Especially
Ju
once you get into like we both just like history
Yeah.
to a certain degree, and I really love like learning about like things that people have done and like the wild stuff that people have done, cuz like you have like all your like mainstay people like George Washington, like
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln. Like Abraham Lincoln, I would put him in on like a wrestling singlet or something, cuz he was
Yeah.
like the godfather of wrestling.
So do they
But
have another class other than Berserk that would be like more of a grappler fighter class?
so they there's Saber, which is normally like sword wielders and stuff like that. Uh they have all the other ones. I mean, assassin could, but the other classes like beast, and there's shielder, ruler, avenger, alter ego, foreigner, there's moon cancer. So like the extra classes you could probably get behind a more like fisticuffs grappler more,
Yeah.
but main classes berserker would be where Abraham Lincoln as a berserker. What a trip that would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd almost be best to make it like so you have your characters. So you have your people from history, and they have their base stats, all
Yeah.
right? And then you pull out one of the class cards, and that gives boosts to certain stats and knocks down other stats.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so they don't have a class themselves, but what it depends on how you run them is the class card that you put on top of them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, what do you feel about something like this? And this is just me because I like chance, not only chance in my card games, but I like the battlefield to be as fair as possible, and I hate min-maxing. So, you're allowed to bring a deck that would work with 3 different of your heroes. So you bring 3 commanders. When you guys start the match, you roll, and you're rolling for your class. So you get a randomized class,
Okay.
and whatever your class is, you get to pick whatever commander you want that class to apply to that your deck still works with. That way you make all the spells and everything kind of feel like Digimon, where any of the spell, there's different color coordination and everything, but pretty much instead of having a mana source where it differentiates with anything, do it like Lorcana or Gundam, where there's a generic mana source for everything, and that generic mana source lets you play any spells. So you can build a George Washington deck that also would work with Abraham Lincoln or so and so. But your best combo really would be Berserker George Washington. But if you don't roll Berserker, you have some backup plans, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that.
Or I like this as well. Like you can just go with one. Like
Hmm.
you have your one. But I like the multiple um multiple classes, and each match, or each game, so best of 3, each game you cannot use the same class that you just used.
Okay.
So
I like
even if
that.
you go to all 3 games, like, you'll get through all 3.
Yeah.
And so you can have, like, a Saber, Lancer, Berserker, Abraham Lincoln, or Mar Can
Martin Luther King. I knew I was gonna say it
you
too.
imagine? Oh, I want
That would
Fate to
be
make that so
sick.
much now.
That would be super sick, dude.
It honestly, MLK would make a great, like, caster, like
Yes.
a support character, almost like a bard. Big
Yes.
speeches and everything
100%.
like that. Oh,
Yeah.
he'd go in.
It'll go hard as hell.
So, okay, so I think we just came up with a card game. Oh, and it's kind of like Pokemon as well, like, certain classes do better against other classes
Oh
than
yeah, 100%. So maybe we
it's
narrow down
confusing.
the pool. Yeah. I was gonna say maybe we narrow down the pool where there's only like 5 classes,
Oh, I'd
since
say at
we're
that
only
point we
kind of
just go,
sort of stealing from Fate. But
yeah.
so you got 5 classes. So this one's good against this one. 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 Well, then maybe you throw in a random 6 that's your normal type, which is okay against everything, and everything's okay against
See,
it.
and what's funny is in the game that is Berserker. Berserker takes more damage from every class, but also does more damage to every class.
Okay. Okay.
And let me tell you that I have been putting all my chips in on Berserkers.
Dude,
That's where
that's
it's
the
at.
way. Yeah. Okay. We're putting a big pin in this cuz I love this idea, and if we really fleshed it out, it doesn't even have to be Heroes of History, but if we like really fleshed it out, that could be a fun game.
Oh yeah. Even if it ends up just being like a party game, that is fun. But I
Yeah.
think TCG wise, I think the biggest issue is going to be trying to make cards to where they can be played in the same deck. Seems how like
Yeah.
you're rolling on 3.
Well, it seems more like you would be here's your champion and my champion, and all of the cards in your deck are only boosts to your champion or negatives to the other person's champion or battlefield effect kind of things.
Well, see, I
Where
was kind of thinking
potentially throw out like an intelligence boost the whole battlefield, but if you're running Berserker and you already get a -2 to your intelligence, that doesn't really do a whole lot for you when I'm playing a caster. So I'm okay with boosting that on the battlefield and potentially eking out some extra damage kind of thing.
yeah. The Well, and the way that I had it thought up in my head was that each one only does like affects a certain class or whatever. And I was like, man, that would suck because you get so many dead cards. But I actually thought of a way around that.
Okay?
So we have our generic like mana source, right?
Yeah.
You can spend 1 mana source in order to discard 1 card and draw another one each turn.
Okay.
So you can
Once per
eventually
turn.
sift out the ones that aren't for your class. It would kind of make up for the fact that like, hey, like I drew like 3 out of my 5 only affect Saber and Berserker classes, but I have an assassin. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I slowly whittle those away.
Or we could do it like Lorcana does, and instead of you having to pay 1 to discard, you turn that card that you can't use into a mana source,
Ooh.
and then you can immediately tap it to draw another card.
Or
So you
we make
you
this
don't get it, but you get it.
or we make this extra and have both, but you can only do one every turn. You can either
Okay.
boost your mana source, or you can discard to draw a card.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that's a really cool way to do it.
Yeah. I like the idea of being like, okay, I'm not playing my spellcaster this turn, and I have a card that specifically is only spellcaster. So I'm going to put it face down. That's my mana source for the turn. And it either comes in tapped meaning you can't use it, or it as soon as you lay it, you can tap it to draw a card, but you can only do that once per turn.
Yeah, and then at that point, that gives another design lane to be like, hey, if this card is placed face down for mana, it enters untapped, or it gives you double, or like
Yes.
there
Yes.
there's
Exactly.
future power creep.
Exactly.
Or
Exactly. And
maybe not
then
even power creep. Maybe it just gives more play to everything.
yeah, and you're kind of hitting on my metabots thing here because I do like the idea of like you just have a base frame of a hero,
Mm-hmm.
and you could even make some of the cards like legendary gear from other heroes.
And
So it's like,
that hits
okay,
my flesh and
George,
blood idea.
yes, George Washington's wielding Excalibur. It gives him a +2, but if you had King Arthur or any of the Arthur Pendragon variants, when it's played on a Arthur Pendragon or any variant, it gives him an extra +1 because it's his special weapon. Works
Mm-hmm.
with everybody, but extra bonuses if you play the right. So then every hero that you have has their own special item. I'm definitely giving George Washington his wooden teeth.
Oh
Um,
my! Plus
but
two to
you,
bite.
but I fucking love that idea.
Yeah, and
Like
I
dead ass, even if we cut out the history thing and just like made up original characters and started out with a base 6 heroes that all have their type that would be best for them to play with, and we like did some play testing bullshit with this, I think we could have a lot of fun with it. And I have a fat group of homies who would love to probably play test it with us too.
Oh yeah. I think this is something that we go deep in. TM motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, you might have to cut this whole, just bleep it and fast forward up until the point where I said bleep it and fast forward.
But that I think that's a fantabulous idea. We'll talk more later about it
Dead
cuz
ass.
yeah,
Dead ass. That's what I was
I
saying.
got more
For
ideas.
real, put a pin in it because we might be doing something the rest of the night.
Yeah, make a fucking card game that we actually want. That's actually cool.
Yeah.
But okay. So what's yours now? Or
Oh, God. I got
yeah.
fucking too worked up. Mm. Uh, what else do I love in my life? I think a Monster Hunter card game could go hard. They could do that pretty easy. And make it the first four player co-op card game. So you have a random stack of monsters that randomly generate, and you kind of like that hero, the 5 minute dungeon that we played the other night, or
Oh
was that
yeah,
us?
yeah.
Yeah, we played that at that card game night. But you're all cooperatively trying to beat a monster in the middle. So you
Yep.
build a deck with your hunter's ability cards and shit like that. That could be fun too.
Yep. And you know what? Hold on a minute. We'll put a pin in that cuz that
Pin
I
in
got
that too.
ideas.
We're cooking again.
We're cooking again.
Thick Boys card games coming out soon, dude.
Fuck, maybe we'll take out Watsy. We'll get that there. We'll get big enough to buy Watsy away from Hasbro, and we'll bring it back, and we'll
Oh,
make it good.
I don't know if we could ever get that big, bud. But if we did, mark my words, we'll make Magic great again.
Yeah, we'll bring. Well, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say we'll bring Garuk back, but
He's
the boy is back.
he's coming back in our
He,
beautiful um fucked up timeline bullshit. I can't remember what it's called. Fractured realities?
yeah, reality fracture. Yeah, he's
Reality
he's back
fracture.
in reality fracture. which that set's looking pretty nice, pretty good. But uh there's a few that are just like kind of like mirrors of like other cards. Like
Yeah.
Steamcaster Mage, which I mean I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's another Snapcaster style mage. Uh kind of seems like an asshole move just a little bit because of I don't know, because Snapcaster Mage was made because somebody won a championship and they designed the card. So that
Yep.
one I kind of feels like an asshole move by them, but I'm
Now I've always had a question on those. Did they? Because I thought when you won that, you got to be the art on a card. So they would like make the card look like you, or did you actually get to have a say in what the card does?
they made it in your likeness, and I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive you got to have the slightest of inputs. Like, hey, be cool if we did something that you could, like, a control player could use to get a spell back or something like
Yeah.
that, like a creature that does that.
Because the vibe I always got was like, we have all these cards made kind of thing. So here's the pool. You can pick whichever one you want your likeness to be on. And I always figured that's kind of how it went. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
That
you just dead ass got to fuck up the whole game.
that would be uh, that would probably be a good way about doing it. But I
Yeah.
also like I think it'd be cooler if they did it in the way that was like, hey, all right, what what kind of thing do you want this card to be about? Type deal. Which
Yeah.
you know what's funny, and this is how I kind of figured that out was the guy that won the championship to get put and made Dark Confidant. He actually lost at a really big tournament the next year playing Dark Confidant. Like
Oof.
he killed himself because of
Oof.
the triggers. Uh
That's awesome.
yeah. So that's a cool piece of like lore. But that's what I don't know, I think the set's really cool. Honestly, I think that it's one of the few sets in a while that I'd be willing to buy a pack of. Not saying that I'm gonna go get a box or anything, but I'd buy a pack or two
Yeah.
here or there. Like you got the red crater hoof behemoth being crater claw colossus.
Uh huh.
And then it's kind of cool that they were putting Lily as just a creature now.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm pretty positive that's because she lost her spark.
Well, and that's what I was told. That's what I don't remember. I think it was you and somebody else we were talking about the other day, or maybe it was Dylan and everybody that I was talking with.
I came
But
in at the very end.
yeah, but we were looking at the spoilers, and I'm like, who all was there at the Gatewatch thing? Because from what I remember, everybody, including Nicobolus, lost their spark that was there. So
I
that would have been Jace, Lily, Chandra. No, Chandra wasn't. I don't remember. That was the problem, was I didn't remember. But it doesn't make sense to me that Lily doesn't have her spark, but both Chandras still have their spark. Jace still has a spark.
I if I remember right, I thought it was not everybody lost their spark. Lily sacrificed her spark to take Nika Bolus's spark away. But that's what the War of the Spark was kind of right there at the end where they started giving up on the story of Magic the Gathering, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure. The Dark Steel Angel. That's pretty cool.
Yes. Did you hear the story on the Darksteel Angel too?
No.
I guess it was old promo art from way back in the day, some set way back when, and they never ended up using it in that set. And so they repurposed that old art that's been sitting around for a long time and made it that.
Well, that artwork is beautiful, especially
Yeah.
for being old.
Because it comes from a great, beautiful time in Magic when they had great, fantastic artwork.
True, true, true. Now everything's, for the most part, just kind of lame. There's not really a whole lot anymore that really catches my eye. But I'm also not the biggest fan of playing Magic right now, so maybe
Yeah.
that's also part of a bad problem with it for me.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I've just done a little research here. So Nicobolus is technically the only one that lost his spark in the War of the Spark. But you had Dak Faden, Gideon, and um, who's the shaved head? Gruul.
Oh,
How do you say their name? Raid is the last name. I don't know.
Dami Raid.
Yeah. So those three died in the War of the Spark, but then there is an event called the Desparkening,
Ooh,
and throughout the Desparkening, that happened from when the Phyrexians invaded.
the Phyrexian
So
invasion was actually pretty cool.
is that when Tezzeret was opening the gates and shit, or was that for War of the Spark?
I think that was War of the Spark because I'm pretty positive that the Phyrexians were opening gates all on their own.
Okay.
They might not because I think they made a Tezzeret Phyrexian card for that.
Okay. So the homies who lost their spark in the Desparkening, I'm gonna only hit the ones that I know, which is not a lot. Liliana lost hers. Narset.
You motherfucker, Cole.
Cole's joining in on the pod, huh?
Hello?
You gonna join in on the podcast?
Is it going on right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
special guest, dude. You just jumped in. We're talking about the
Hell-
Desparkening.
Hello. Okay.
Obnixilis, Narset. Who else did I say? Lily. And that's Teferi. Those are the big homies who lost their
They
sparks.
they should have kept Teferi away
Yeah.
over his cards.
Yeah.
Okay, Cole.
Johnny retained his. Elspeth retained hers. Oko retained his. Ugin, Tezzeret, and Quintorius canned, dude. Elephant Man.
Yeah. So Cole,
Yes.
you get to answer this question like we just did. If you had the ability to change one of your franchises into something that it's not, so like a video game into a TCG or a TCG into like an anime or something like that, what would it be?
Um, I probably would do TCG into a video game, but like to a certain point, like not all the secret lair
Well,
and all the other stuff like that.
Oh, you would do a Magic video game?
Like pretty much. Like I don't know if I would do it as. I don't think I would want to do it like a make your own person maybe in the world, but maybe like your. I don't know.
Like
really,
play as a planeswalker and run through different realms kind of thing?
Yeah, whatever that council's called. That'd be kind of cool to be on that, and like you
like the
gotta.
Gatewatch?
Yeah, Gatewatch pretty much. Like do like You could do a couple different ones, but do like a Gatewatch game and do stuff like that, and probably play more as a planeswalker than as a make your own boy. I think that'd be more
I
interesting.
think it would be so much better if you made your own boy that awakened its spark, and then you got to
I could see that
be tempted.
I could see both
towards-
ways, you know.
You got to
in the
either
second
get tempted.
game.
No, we gotta do it in
No,
the first. We gotta
because
start
in
off
the
right.
first game you start off as the Gatewatch, whoever you want to play, and it's leading up to the War of the Spark. You fight Nicobolus at the end. That's the
Oh.
first game.
I feel-
Then the war happens. Sparks go crazy. Then that launched the ability for anybody out there, Spark, to awaken. The second game, you make your own character and you run through all the fractured worlds of whatever lands they have deemed magic to be in. I don't know if they've ever given a.
See, I would probably skip the first game and be down with the second.
He's
Well, see,
crazy.
one thing.
He hates
one thing
games.
I like games that I can create my own character, like do shit. Because most characters like have like a good thing, and then they're boring as fuck.
It's yeah. I like how Warhammer Total War did their games. I don't know if you guys haven't played those, but I think they have 3 standalone games and hundreds of add-ons, and you can play them all at the same time. So like, if you buy all the games and all the add-ons, there's one giant map with all of it in there.
Okay.
So maybe if they did like a saga of games similar like that, maybe. And so
Yeah.
you have your main standalone game, and then you buy your add-ons. Maybe you become your own person, or you become Ugin, or you know what I mean. And then from there, you
Yeah.
have this massive world that they keep adding on to. You know, yeah, it costs money, but everything costs money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
It's
kind of like that if you just kept getting more and more add-ons to go to different areas.
Kind of like a World of Warcraft sort of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're playing in. I keep wanting to say Runeterra. I don't think that's the.
Runeterra's League of Legends.
Okay.
Hey, and we can't
Oh, yeah,
even
that-
say League into a card game either. That's a
Yeah,
thing.
because
now.
that's happening.
Yeah, it's called Riftbound. Oh, you should play it. I have not.
A card
mean-
game about League?
Yeah. Yeah.
How is it?
Exactly what I said.
Like, how do you even play? Is it just like
I grab Yasuo
I'm
and
in your-
scream Wasaki. Honestly, I have no idea. I did buy a pack and I got a like special foil Ari. So that was
Here,
kind of cool.
I'm clicking on the how to play right now on Riftbound. Riftbound is a League of Legends strategic card game where champions fight for control of battlefields. Choose your legend, command your army, conquer battlefields in this player strategic TCG.
But I've been seeing a lot of people who like play TCG say that it's like a pretty fun game. It's a little different and shit like that. So I wouldn't be opposed to giving it a try one time, but I doubt that it's gonna
I'm
be
down.
amazing.
We'll get
But-
some decks, at least some starter decks
Oh yeah.
to try it, because it says you can do 1v1s or multiplayer games, which is cool because like that the card game that Andrew got me to get into with him. God damn it, what's it called? My brain is fucking off today, boys.
Oh yeah, because you pick like a champion, one of the
Yes.
you pick pretty much a commander and a signature spell,
Yeah,
and then
and
you build your deck and choose your battlefields to play on.
let me get in here. I think that's where I put my cards.
That would be pretty cool. I think that would be a shit. Maybe this would actually be a fun game. Wasaki, here I come.
Sorcery.
Yes.
Yeah. So in that, you kind of pick a champion, and it's kind of like a chessboard. So it kind of sounds like what Riftbound might be, is you're trying to take control of a battlefield.
Yeah.
Less than like a metaphorical battlefield of here's where our characters meet, but actually moving cards and placing pieces and taking physical control of a battlefield. That's cool.
Yeah. No, that honestly that doesn't sound too terrible. But yeah, that's a game that we should try. I know
Yeah.
I know they have precons and stuff, so maybe we can pick up some precons.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, on to the next one, which is easy, and I think we've answered it before. Favorite Pokemon generation? It's 3 for me. What's your
It's
favorite Pokemon generation? Go.
I say 2.
2. Oh God, we got a fucking Johto enjoyer in here, and Chris isn't even.
Is that what he likes or no?
Yeah, his favorite is number 2.
Gen 3 is hard to beat, man.
Gen 3's the best.
But I think what I said last time, my favorite generation is Diamond and Pearl. So Gen 5,
4.
6, 4?
Yep.
That's Gen 4?
Yep.
Just because that's the one that I had the absolute most fun with playing. I think the Nintendo DS was the perfect analog for enjoying Pokemon because you could enjoy your Emerald, you could enjoy all of your old games, but then you got to get Diamond and Pearl and Black and White and everything else that came out on it, and Diamond
I
and Pearl.
100% agree on that. So everybody know. Would you say that the big 3 of TCGs is Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic?
I would say the big 3 of TCGs, as far as what's selling right now and what people are playing, is Magic, Pokemon, and One Piece.
One Piece, okay. So you think One Piece is
I think One
dethroned
Piece is
Yu-Gi-Oh?
dumpstering Yu-Gi-Oh. I think everything is dumpstering Yu-Gi-Oh because they're refusing to step up and do all of the other tricks and truthfully regrettable bullshit that every other company is doing, which is here's 65 arts and 15 different ways of it being shiny and 38 styles of the artwork and different sizes of artwork on the cards. But power to Yu-Gi-Oh for staying in their lane and doing their thing. But they're losing their edge.
They have started doing it. They have started adding in like secret art rares and stuff like that.
Like extended arts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But theirs
Not
are
to the
kind of
extent of what everybody else is doing, right?
no, and I actually kind of like theirs even better because it has that little window, but the character is like really big and like overdoes the
Oh, dude, it's like the cards in the show
uh-huh.
where it's just like the fucking art in a little box at the bottom. I love that shit, actually.
Yeah. So
That kind of goes hard as fuck.
they recently just started doing it, and
Are they Japanese exclusives?
no. They are not Japanese exclusives.
All of the ones that I'm seeing in extended art are all Japanese.
Let me go to TCG. I'll tell you one to look up. Honestly, if you go to Yu-Gi-Oh on there and go down to Rarity Collection 5, you'll find probably at the beginning of it
Extended
is
art and Overframe. I love that
Overframe.
name. Love
Might
that
be
name for them.
Overframe might be the one that I'm thinking about. But
I'm
yeah, like
assuming It's where it goes over the frame of the card.
It's really fucking cool though. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
they get
those are
drawn
nice.
out. Those are really cool.
Okay, I
So
see some here. They got the elemental hero card, wake up your heroes, where they're all kind of like popping out of the card and shit.
yep.
That's
So
cool.
they're making some
It's
little
about
money moves
time.
like that. So, but I think they just didn't want to be associated with all the other stuff that was going on, and finally realized that they were just kind of being left behind to
But
a
do you
certain
want to
extent.
sell cards, which ultimately is the bottom line of what you need to do to keep your card game going?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
do you want to, stick to your guns, which, like I said, power to them for sticking to their guns as long as they did, because I respect the shit out of that, and I respect the shit out of all the people who love Yu-Gi-Oh so much that they continued to buy every reprint of Blue Eyes White Dragon that they've put out since the early 2000s.
Yeah. Me, I would give it to Yu-Gi-Oh over One Piece just for the longevity that they've had. But if this goes on for another few years where One Piece is outdoing Yu-Gi-Oh, then Yu-Gi-Oh would come off the block and One Piece would go up for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Cole? What do you think?
I don't have
With
much opinion on that one.
God damn it,
I'm
Cole!
not.
Come on now.
I mean, from what I saw, I didn't think Yu-Gi-Oh would be on top. I figured it would have been Pokemon, uh, Magic, and then I didn't know what else was there. I have been seeing a lot more um, of One Piece singles and also of that Disney
Oh, the
game.
Lorcana.
So from me looking at card shops, those are usually not much Pokemon in most places, but usually it's Magic and One Piece and Lorcana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And see, I found that if I come across any that have One Piece, most of the time they have Yu-Gi-Oh too. That's the
Yeah.
that's the hard part about going off that, at least in my experience. But
So this was posted today. This is from a website called TCG Index, and it says it compares all card games and their movements between the last 7 and 30 days and gives you the most expensive cards that have either been bought or sold, and then ranks all of the card games based on that price. So, surprisingly, in the top 3 spot, we have Dragon Ball Super with the highest cards sold and or bought in the last 7 to 30 days with a $52,000 card. Union Arena in spot number 2 with a $50,000 card. Gundam in spot number 3 with a $25,000 card. And then Magic in 4th place with a $948,000 card. But I assume that means it was sold later, closer to the 30-day mark. That's why it's so much lower on the list. But if we're going off of cards with highest numbers sold in the last 30 days, it is Pokemon in number 1 with almost $1 million card, Magic in number 2 with almost a $950,000 card, and One Piece in number 3 with a $250,000 card.
okay, that that is kind of wild that Gundam is up there.
Yeah. And then our top 15 going from bottom to top currently sit Riftbound, Lorcana, Flesh and Blood, Star Wars, Grand Archive, which is not one that I've played, Digimon, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon Sorcery, Magic, Gundam, Union Arena, also not one that I've played, and Dragon Ball Super. Is Union Arena the one that's all of the different animes
Mm-hmm.
made into one card game? Okay.
Okay, so I actually found a article somebody did on TCG Player about this. Is it time to rethink the big three TCGs? And
Okay.
the big three are Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Uh-huh.
And the funny enough, it is comparing One Piece and Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yep.
which it says that they have comparable TCG sales. One Piece has a number 2 collector market, which
Yeah.
sadly that has to go into consideration as well.
Yeah.
But it hasn't faltered yet. IP can sustain a card game for decades, yeah, because the anime's been running for 3 of those.
Yeah.
And also the person behind it, the company behind it being Bandai, is another pro to it. But evidently from the con, it says that Bandai is kind of treating One Piece as a stepchild, the TCG format.
Yeah, it seems less like a game that people want to play and more like they're really trying to
Collect.
hit on the hyper collector thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Which the final verdict that he came up with is not yet replacing Yu-Gi-Oh with One Piece, mainly because it seems like that Bandai's not all in on it, and it
Yeah.
kind of seems like it's more of just a collector thing.
Yeah.
Which, hey, it honestly that's the only reason why Pokemon's up there. And I don't feel like the playing base for Pokemon is there.
Yeah. I know
As
hella people play it. They definitely don't play it around us, but I mean, they have the world championship every year
mm-hmm.
for the card, I mean for all of the different play styles of Pokemon, but the card game, there's always a bunch of people playing the card game every year. So I
That's
did find something else on TCG Player where it said the best selling product from TCG Player ranked by quarters, and it says Magic, Pokemon, and One Piece are their top 3 sellers.
mm-hmm.
Uh, and then it also gives their rank the previous quarter. So quarter 4 of last year, it was also Magic, Pokemon, One Piece in that order, with Yu-Gi-Oh and Riftbound right behind in the 4 and 5 slot, and they were also
Oh yeah, I see it right
that in
here.
quarter 4. So
Yep, because if you go back to quarter 3 of 2025, that's when Yu-Gi-Oh was still in third place.
yep,
So
yep.
start.
But you got to think that time too was right when that big card, I think it was a big Luffy card, hit, and people were like, that's when I saw like Whatnot and all the secondary market auction stuff. A bunch of those motherfuckers switched over to One Piece cards.
You know what's
Just
atrocious about this though?
what?
There's no Digimon.
Well, that is atrocious, but I've come to find out in my long many years of life here on this earth that there's a lot of people who don't have taste and who don't know ball and will just never be able to get that through their heads.
Like Cole. Cole no ball.
Cole does know ball. Cole's
Well-
gonna single-handedly help us develop this card game that he jumped into late on.
Yep. You are.
What-
Thank you.
Okay, let's do it.
Yes, we have free help, free labor.
I don't know about free. I'm pretty cheap, I can tell you that.
I know you're cheap.
Couple chicken sandwiches and a damn Papa John's pizza, and we'll have this fucker built.
Yeah.
Now he needs hot dogs.
Hot
That's all
dog.
he. Yeah, that's all he eats. Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
It's rough eating hot dogs a lot, for sure.
Yeah. So okay, we get the We get to have a little insight then now that Cole's here. We haven't played a whole lot of Magic as of late, right, Cole?
No, we have not played hardly any. At least I haven't.
I pretty much only play with you three and Mason. So I mean, and
So it's probably been a couple years.
yeah, it's probably been about a year and a half or so.
How long
What-
you been at your house? Because I think last time I played was at your old place.
Oh God, that's
damn.
right. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
about a year and a half then. What about the about Magic has made you feel like chill with not playing it and not like seeking out to play it anymore, or is it just like life
I just
is getting in the way?
it's a little bit of life, but it's also there's always a new super meta, like all the time. And we got one guy in our pod that always wants to have the super meta, and then there's just a few of us that are just being simple.
Yeah.
I've been talking about meta with this motherfucker for years, and for many months when we used to play every Friday, he would say, "I don't think the meta's that bad. The meta's not really that bad. You can outplay the meta."
Who,
And
Cole?
it has no you, dude.
Oh. Oh no, the metas always kind of suck, but I had
The
to tell
meta has always been awful.
I had to tell you that, or you wouldn't have fucking come.
Hey,
If
now,
I agreed and was like, "Yeah, the meta sucks ass, bro. Don't come and play," you'd be like,
that
"Oh,
is very fair. You're 100% right. But you could have at least at some point between right now, this very moment, and fucking 7 years ago said that shit to me so that I didn't hold this fucking thing of like, maybe I am just being stupid. No, I knew the whole time that shit is just ridiculous.
No, I did tell you that a few years back.
We
Whenever
did
whenever
eventually
I
come
quit,
to, yeah,
whenever
we came to an agreement.
whenever I quit, I was like, "Yeah, no, the meta sucks. It sucked for a long time." And I think we went through
That is
this
true.
again. You were like, well, "Fuck you!"
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, most metas do suck, and it's even worse whenever it's like control-y and shit like
Yeah.
that. Like I'm
Which is
fine with
why
dying fast.
I think sprinkling in hours that little bit of random roll and having to change up how you play, maybe not fundamentally change up how you play your deck, but change up how you play every single turn or every single game levels that playing field a little bit. Because I mean, you could build the same exact deck, but have to play them totally differently based on the champions that we have and then whatever class we roll, So I feel like it adds that extra layer, and then it makes it more accessible for everybody. If one of the staple cards is Excalibur, then everybody's probably going to have an Excalibur, and that's fine. That's if everybody builds a meta deck, there is no meta. It is solely how you play and luck of the draw type shit, which is how card games should be, opposed to where we've gotten with Magic now, which is if I build control or mono red or um what was the big one there at the end where we were like, okay, Jund. If I build Jund, then I just get to win, of course. Because green has way too many good spells. Red has way too many good spells and way too much fucking cohesion. And black just does all of the stuff that those two can't do. And you can build the shittiest, nastiest. And I get it. It's also a game where it's like, don't you want to win? I can't tell you how many times motherfuckers have asked me, well, I mean, what's the point of playing the game? Aren't you just trying to win? It's like, I mean, yeah, I like to win, but
I want to win
if
my
you
way.
exactly, if you build the deck that the world champion built to win, of course you're probably gonna win, because that homie sat down and RNG'd the best deck he could to go be the world champion. Build yourself the world champion deck of your play group and be the guy to beat and challenge other people to play in unique and different ways. Either that or just print fucking 700 fucking Black Lotuses. Everybody fucking just plays Black Lotus fucking my whole deck's Black Lotuses and I win. Then everybody gets to have fun at Magic.
Yep. Fuck the. Also, fuck the no reprint list on the reserve list for Watson.
No. No. Wait until I move off of my Sliver Queens and then we can talk about the reprint list.
Well, get to selling because I'm there.
No, please don't make me sell it yet.
As soon as you pull your pack fresh one, you gotta sell it.
That might hurt my soul. That might be the only grade. That might be the only card I ever actually grade.
Yeah.
That'll be your next collection, is to get all of them graded. Pack, pull, and grade them.
Oh God. That sounds awful. Because every printing of them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And they have to be 9s or 10s, or else they don't count.
Yeah, 9s or 10s and they don't count.
Yeah, here's my $10,000 shipment of fucking random sliver cards for you guys to grade. See them in fucking 6 months. They all come back fucking 6s and below.
No, they'll get lost in shipping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or they'll just resell them.
Speaking of that, have you gotten any update on your cards, Skaggs?
No updates as of right now. But Risa had her final day at her spot, so I think she's gonna try and call them tomorrow and see what the fuck those Canadian bastards are doing with my cards. So, yeah, hopefully soon they'll get me all of my stuff that is my stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Ooh. Oh, you gonna buy Soul Frame? Or play Soul Frame with us? We have friend codes.
I know.
Play Soul Frame with us.
No.
Yeah. Peer pressure on the podcast. Come on.
No, I'm
the
good.
audience was wanting you to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was expecting him to just leave. But yeah, no, you excited about any games coming up, Cole?
I was kind of excited for a couple, and then I played the demos, and I really didn't like them as much. And so I think the current games I'm looking forward to are just some cheesy indie games, and then some of the big hitters. That's about it, though.
When he says big hitters, fellas, he's talking about Farming Simulator. The new Farming Simulator
28.
Or the new update, the SnowRunner.
SnowRunner, there's a lot, that's for sure. They've really, I mean, they've been coming out of content for, it seems like, as long as GTA's been around. So,
like GTA 1?
GTA 5.
No, GTA 5.
I mean, I think that has been over a decade, so.
I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if it's been 10 years or close to it, I feel like. And, I mean, it's so similar, but at least they come out with a new map or two or however many a year, and they kind of keep it interesting. You know, not all of the maps are great, but there's a bunch there at least.
Yeah, it's been 13 years, almost to the day.
Yeah.
September 17th, 2013, GTA 5 officially came out.
We probably skipped school that day, so.
Yep. You're damn right we did.
And then we found out there was no multiplayer till 5 months later.
Yeah. I think it was just a couple days, wasn't it?
No, it was a long time. I think I beat the campaign, I felt like.
I thought walking underwater was fucking pretty fresh.
That was fresh after it came out. No, I don't know. That might have been a while.
Hold on. I'm going to your Instagram right now. I know you still got that shit on there.
Yeah.
But
I felt like we had like a 2-hour delay whenever it dropped. And I think it was, I don't know if it was fog or snow. So, I mean, it had to be cold outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's regular for it to fucking snow here in September.
What day did you say? September?
Yeah, September 17th.
Damn, it was. Because Walking Underwater was January 26th of 2014.
Yeah.
So,
And that was it had been out for a little bit. I feel like
yeah.
we weren't super high level, I'm sure, but we were fairly established for early players.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's one of those games I remember I was playing and my dad walked in and he's like, "What in the hell?" Because it was me and you on the mic, I'm sure,
Yeah,
talking.
it was. I
And he's
remember it
like,
too because you were just
"What in the hell is going on in here?" And I'm like, "We're fucking playing Grand Theft Auto." And he was standing there watching, and we were driving down that hill. You remember my little car? And I could do
Mhm.
like a million flips down the big fucking hill,
I
and
remember we
not
were trying to do a
not
shortcut
crash.
somewhere and just I thought we missed a corner, and it was
Probably.
just and we were just rolling down the hill, and he's like, "What are you guys doing?" "Oh, we're playing GTA."
We're playing
As
GTA
we're
in my car,
rolling down the hill, yeah.
end over end, fucking boom, 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 boom down the hill, and I like landed and drove off. And he's like, "God damn, that car's fucking tough." I'm like, "Yeah, I upgraded it." And he stood there and watched for a little bit, and then he's like, "So you just like drive around?" And I got out and I shot a couple people, and he's
There
like,
wasn't much early on, was there?
"No,
It was pretty simple until the heist came out. Then it was fun. The heist
yeah."
really made
The,
it fun.
the heists are very fun, but yeah,
So
that I remember that vividly.
the multiplayer started October 1st. So it was half a month until
Okay.
Oh.
the online came out.
Yeah, I didn't think it was super duper long. I knew it wasn't immediate.
So I heard they're gonna do the same thing with this one. Is they're gonna release like the single campaign and then they're gonna wait to release multiplayer, which
Yeah,
is
because they learned their lesson. Because
They're
even
probably
when
gonna
it
do a
came
slow
out on
release.
5, it was
Yeah.
redonkulous. We could not get in with each other. When we did get in, you had shit like walking underwater where none of it. So me and Cole could run the whole map and you just walked. The water didn't register as water. So we weren't losing breath gauge. We weren't anything. You just sank right to the bottom
Mhm.
and then could run around in the sand and shit. Like we ran forever outside of where you're supposed to be able to go on the map because
I think how I found it was there was those missions where like you had to get the chop shop cars, wherever it was, where you drove them to the dock.
yeah,
And I remember I was running from the police, or I don't know if there's a person chasing you, but I remember I hit a ramp and I was in some car that couldn't make the jump, and so it landed in the water, and it kind of like did its where it floats for a little bit, and I got out, and when I got out, I just fell like what are 4 stories to the bottom of the ocean.
yeah,
I'm like, this is weird.
yeah. And he's like, "Come here." And I'm like, "Where are you at?" And he like came up onto the beach and he's like, "Just come out here in the water." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go out in the water, didn't swim, just kept walking. And I'm like, "What in the hell?" And Cole's like, "Walking underwater." I mean, we fucking said that for like 4 years, I think
Walking
was
Yeah.
the fucking
underwater.
vocal stem. Walking underwater.
Yeah, it was weird because it was a different environment. You know,
Yeah.
they put a lot of detail, which is, I mean, a lot of games put some detail down there. But I remember going down there, I'm like, there's actually kind of some stuff going on.
Yeah. The homies who had to work on the sand and rocks and shit under the water in GTA 5, they did a good job.
And that was 13 years ago. So imagine what the new one's going to be when they're, we're going to be out there uh, lobster fishing in the new one.
Yeah.
Lobster
Yeah, there's gonna be a
underwater.
fishing
Lobster
mechanic.
underwater.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be walking around, the fish will still be swimming, and you can just grab them out of the water.
We'll have to get a lionfish out of the
Yes.
Gulf of whatever.
Yeah.
Liberty. No, not Liberty. Yeah.
Our last little Ponzi scheme was we would go get bounties on each other, and then we would kill each other and give each other half of the money because other players could put bounties on you for fucking up their shit.
Oh, yeah, you
So
troll people. Yeah.
Cole this was the greatest thing we ever did in video games. We bought one of the helicopters that had the hook. And the hook you could pick up vehicles and transport them around. So if you got into somebody's personal vehicle and drove it like out into the water, as soon as you drive a vehicle into the water, it destroys it completely. So if you drove it into the water, it would charge you for damaging somebody else's property. But if you took the helicopter and grabbed it, flew it out into the water and threw it in, it would just destroy their car and they'd have to buy it. So we just drive around and get other players' cars, throw them in the water until they got a bounty on one of us, and then we would just land, kill the other person, give them half of the money from the bounty, and we'd just keep doing that,
Rinse and
doing
repeat.
that.
We're just making people go slowly and dead just by stealing their cars and chucking them into the water.
That's great. I got
So our
in,
new
it
one
was
will
like-
be grabbing lionfish, dude. That'll be good.
Yeah.
I got into it way too late, and by the time I got into it, like everybody had everything upgraded already. Nobody was doing races or anything. And I was like, son of a bitch,
No one did-
man.
Yeah, no one was really doing races even for us. Some of those races were tough. I think I got on later on. They had like the NASCAR update, and I played that for a while. Those races were fun.
Yeah.
But
Something I feel like they should do in the new one, and really any of the GTAs, seeing as how it is a Grand Theft Auto game, is they should put a little more focus on the cars. Put almost like a burnout level.
that's
of
why I'm super stoked
focus.
about it. It's
Okay.
because they're going to supposedly have a thing where it's like there's derelict cars, and you can go find them and restore them.
Oh,
Stuff like
that'll
that.
be really cool.
Just like
So like there
Forza?
might be probably where there. Well, those are like barn finds. You just find a car, I think.
Yeah,
Do you upgrade them in Forza, or do you just get them?
you get them
I
and
think
then
you do.
you
You light
upgrade them.
tunes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure these are like rust buckets or something. Probably pretty similar. You go out and you find an old rat rod, hot rod, and been in a barn and, do whatever. I don't know what the mini game might be if there is one, but it's got me interested in it. So
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I've been jumping back and forth whether I'm gonna buy it or not, and I mean, odds are I'm probably am gonna buy it. I had a lot of fun with 5, but
I'll probably
I've
watch you
also
guys play.
I want to buy
play
it, but I'm not going to buy it till it comes out on PC. I'm not going to buy a
Yeah.
PlayStation or an Xbox to play it.
Yeah, that was the other thing is the PC release is what 6 months later.
At least.
Yeah,
So
pretty
Oh,
wild.
well.
That's awful.
They couldn't
It
even
is.
get up to Monster Hunter standards, dude. Monster Hunter finally quit doing that shit and just put it out on PC.
Yeah. That's what well, they're probably expecting like if they do all of that at once, it's going to crash everything that they got.
Yeah.
2K needs to get better servers, bro. That's not our fucking. Whoa, I'm so sorry that we make the greatest games in the world that everybody wants to play, but we just don't have the fucking money. The billions and billions of dollars that we get from people buying shit from our games, we can't put any of that into server upgrades or paying people to properly fucking do any of the shit that they need to do to keep our servers up and running, because we're just 2K. Fuck that shit.
I don't think that's
I
ever
think
left 2K's mouth. It's Rockstar.
Oh
Rockstar.
yeah. Well, whoever.
I think they made 30% more than what their budget was on the game just from pre-release sales. I thought I saw like it was $2 billion to make and they made like $3 billion or so. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw
That's
something crazy
insane.
like that. Yeah.
That's
These guys will get the right
insane.
numbers, but it was something insane. Like the amount of pre-orders that they have sold, it was just like, and it makes sense. Everybody has played Grand Theft Auto, and I mean it's just such a free game. You do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Pre-order
a beautiful
revenue
game.
reached roughly $260 million in the first week. With launch week projections, it's tracking to be 3.2 billion or 5.2 billion.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was their budget on? Does it say?
No, I haven't looked that up yet. But the rumor is right now that they have hit 3 billion in revenue from only pre-orders.
Yeah.
But now I'm looking up GTA 6 budget and see what that's one. It's between 1 and 2 billion, so that's a pretty big range there.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot of that's a lot of millions.
Yeah, that's a lot. You know what? If that's the case, if that's how they're gonna track their money, I'll take 1 million from them.
I mean, probably. Who knows? I've been working on this game on and off forever.
Yeah. Now that
What do you guys think the story is? Is it going to be a good story, or think it's going to be a lackluster story?
I think is
Well,
gonna be lackluster.
Yeah, it seems like I think I only watched the first trailer of it, but aren't you like a man and a woman, like brother and sister, or boyfriend and
I
girlfriend?
think it's boyfriend girlfriend. I believe.
And it seems like they're gonna try to do the GTA 5 thing where there's like split story shit going on. I know they said it's co-op, right? Like
I
you can
thought they said it was
do
co-op part of it. I don't know. Hopefully, that'd be
campaign
kind of cool.
co-op. I think they said you can do campaign co-op, but that means you and someone else can do campaign co-op, which is fine. That's more than they've done, but I don't know. I kind of thought that GTA 5's story was going to be lackluster. I wasn't all in on the switching around gimmick, but when I played it, I had a lot of fun. I loved all the characters. I think they all complemented each other very well, so maybe I'm just being a hater.
So I'm looking at this picture right here, and somebody added up the 5 most expensive movies, and they equal up to the rumored budget of $2 billion, being Star Wars, is that the Jedi Awaken, Jurassic World, 2, the second Star Wars of the sequels, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger's Tides, and Avengers: Age of Ultron. Which,
All those movies add up to $2 billion budget.
yeah,
Wow, that's kind of crazy, actually.
yeah,
It's a lot of money.
And
it
then
is a lot of
if you want to
money.
talk about a lot of money, I looked up how much has Grand Theft Auto made since 2013. $10.38 billion in revenue since 2013.
How many shark cards did you buy?
Gags was the one buying all the shark cards, dude.
Yeah, I bought a couple whales by accident.
Oh, here we go. So it says over 230 million copies have sold worldwide since 2013, accounting for roughly $6 billion of its lifetime earnings, which means over five or close to $5 billion in microtransactions.
I probably spent. I don't know what was the biggest one. It wasn't. I don't think there was like megalodon or whale shark whenever we played. So it might have been just the
Yeah,
great
I
white,
think there
which
was
probably
like
was
a
$50.
$50 card when we were playing.
The
Yeah, so I think I
$50 one is the whale shark card.
is it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
So I
I.
probably bought a couple of those at least.
I never bought a single shark card.
Really?
And not that I can remember. That might be a lie. I might have bought like a couple $1 million or something.
I know
But-
I bought to get my second garage because I had the first garage and I needed another one. So then I bought another 10-car garage and then I bought that house. So I had 3 10-car garages that pretty much I used the shark cards for, and then
Yeah.
whatever else.
So
But that was also pre heists. The heist changed some things too. So
yeah,
So if we go ahead.
I tried to buy one of the whale shark cards, but like it went to like go into the screen to where like it has said confirm to buy, and then like closed it really quick. I was like, what the fuck? So I tried it again. Then I said something to one of my buddies there in college, and he's like, go to a different one and see if it'll let you buy a different one of the cards. I don't know. I think my thought was like, oh, they're trying to make this one buggy, so I go up to the top one. So I bet if the top one works, the top one will work. So I went up there, hit it, and then he came in and was like, do it again. So I did it again. And I was like, I don't know, fuck this game. Then I got out of trying to buy any of the cards, and I
$5
was
million.
no, I did. I had like fucking $40 million. I was like, oh no. Oh no. And so I was like, okay, I guess I have to play this game for the next 6 months, and I did. And that all I did was do heists with some people in college, and I was ready to stop playing by the end of the first week.
Did you play the campaign?
No.
The campaign was fun.
Nope, everybody
You know what
just
the
wanted
worst-
me for an extra body on the heist.
Yeah. Pay 20% or less.
Well, yeah. That's what they were like, we need somebody else to play. And there was one dude that was like, I'll play with you guys. And they're like, no, you suck ass at games. Bye-bye. No.
If my math is right here. Oh no, my math isn't right because I only did $1 billion. So they made $10 billion to this date.
So just time what you have by 10.
So per year since it's been out, they have made $769 million a year. I mean, granted, they made $1 billion in the first year that it came out because that's when all the sales were. But if you average each year that GTA 5 has been out, they've made $769 million a year.
That's a healthy company.
It's so healthy. They should have servers right. I should be playing GTA 6 right now. Online with 7,000 people populating one server because the game's so fucking big and huge and complete and runs so perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Yeah, for that amount of money, they should definitely be doing something better. But all right, I think we're coming to a close on this. So, it's been Dodgy Yeti, and oh wait, hold on a minute. We got our little reviews too. Which,
Oh no, I'm saving my review for Chris.
fair enough. I don't. I'm gonna tell him to give me another one. Because I'm hating this anime.
You don't like yours?
I'm halfway in and I can't stand it.
Mine's okay so far.
Like, it's not even a good background one. It just kind of pisses me off to look over and be like, you guys are doing the same thing again. Okay. Fucking. So, this is going to go up and I'm going to text him and ask him for a new one. Or I'll just wait for him to watch this and then respond to me. I think that's what I'll do. So,
That's crazy.
but all right. Well, it's been Dodgy Yeti and Q, aka Short Round, Cole, aka The Nose, and
Hello.
it's been Thicc Boi Hours podcast.
Thank you for being our special guest, Cole.
Oh yeah, thanks for the special guesting.
See ya.